So we all need to apologize to the real CIA and start praising the CIA. We do. We've been so psyoped with the CIA, and it's still happening today. And I don't think you'll get people to walk it back, because what people don't realize is that when the person that wasn't good for our country, JFK, even though I see a ton of videos acting like he's a hero, no, he wasn't. So look, the Bay of Pigs was already set up. Eisenhower had the most faith and trust in the CIA. He did. He didn't trust the military-industrial complex, but he did have. He completely stood by the CIA. And just so people realize, and I'll in a minute I'll show some posts of Donald Trump's from his first term. But when Donald Trump came into office, his first term, he identified all the cartels as terrorist organizations, and then he gave broad support to the CIA to do cyber attacks, to do covert operations, to do all the things that they're good for. And reading these documents, about these JFK files with this whole Cold War stuff, you can't help but realize, like, if the left liberals and the media, the media you should just look at, they all got in here, they all got in the universities, and it's all because Kennedy helped create the nightmare we're living with today. Eisenhower, during the transition, said, all you got to do, it's all set to go. We already have it. Him and the CIA had the Bay of Pigs all set up. It was going to take care of the Castro problem. He said, you just have to provide them air support. Okay. And then Kennedy decided at the last minute not to. Totally hurting this. And then, instead of him looking like a failure, because he wasn't a failure, he did it on purpose. In my opinion, he did. How could anybody be that stupid? I mean, Eisenhower's telling you it's all set up. This is what you got to do. I mean, the only reason you wouldn't do it is if you wanted to hurt America. So then, to deflect off of him being, like he didn't do what he should have done, he started pointing his finger at the CIA. And then all the media through the years has just gotten worse because they're more aligned with that agenda. I mean, that's through these documents too. But they're all in the universities, all because of the Castro problem not being handled. So once Kennedy started making this big fuss about the CIA, and everybody bought onto that, he was going to blow the CIA into a million pieces. Yeah, that's what he wanted. He wanted to blow the people that were protecting America's interests the most into a million pieces, because he didn't have America's interests at heart. No way he did. No way. So what he did, he disempowered the CIA. So he disempowered them. So all that MK Ultra shit that went on in the 60s and 70s, yeah, who was doing it? Yeah, you're told it's the CIA, but it's more likely it was the military-industrial complex. Because, see, when Kennedy decided to disempower the CIA, he turned around and gave the military-industrial complex $47 billion in a ton of contracts. And who did Eisenhower say that to worry about? The military-industrial complex. It's shocking to me. Eisenhower had the most faith in the CIA, and it seems Donald Trump did too. It's just that they've been used to turn into this, horrible agency. But yet, reading these documents, it's like, no, Kennedy was not for America. So really, I don't know what happened to him. I don't really, whatever. But maybe somebody realized something has to be done. There's a problem here. Is it wrong? Sure. But I think what's wronger is that I've sat back and thought about this, is like, what do you do when you get somebody that really is a Castro supporter in? And then it's like, it's sort of dominoed downhill after that, and with so many different bad leaders. I mean, with the exception of Reagan, but I think Reagan in many ways was being intimidated at times too, though. So, anyway, but other than that, the rest of them, horrible. But the CIA was not the problem. And, yeah, it said, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that Kennedy did not just follow this already planned, it was already in place, the Bay of Pigs. It would have been flawless. If he would have done what Eisenhower told him to do, you wouldn't have your MS-13, you wouldn't have all these drug cartels, you may have some of them, but nothing, because that's all Castro was doing over there, was training guerrillas from Latin America and from the Middle East, from Palestine, everywhere. So the Bay of Pigs would have handled that problem. And Trump gave them broader powers, including cyber attacks and other covert influence operations. So if they were such a danger, he had them align with America First agenda, which is what, if you read their stuff before with all that they were trying to do, you can think what you want, that it's wrong to eavesdrop. No, I don't care if they're eavesdropping on each other. I don't care. If it was saving America. So, yeah, we need to stop. Whoever's been doing the other stuff has been the same people that were aligned with Castro and aligned with the Kennedys and aligned with not the good interests of protecting America. This was 2020. You can see at the top, Trump reposted this. Investigators have learned that Obama CIA Director John Brennan ran a secret task force out of Langley with its own separate budget to investigate the Trump campaign and alleged ties to Russia. Task force set up before FBI officially launched its own probe on 7/31/16. So see, by Kennedy just shifting all that money, that's how then you get all these bad people in these positions. And then you have people doing stuff to the American people, and they're saying it's the CIA, and the politicians, those dirt bags are all paid off, so they go along with it because the CIA gets funding from them anyway. But the true CIA that was protecting us in the Cold War, no, they were protecting America's interests. So I'm going to be saying that from now on, because it's the truth. People need to stop saying they need to be eliminated. As Trump said, they're dirty cops. That's who it is. So-called American intelligence were dirty cops who have now proven to be sleazebags at the highest level, like James Comey, proven liar James Clapper, and perhaps the lowest of them all, wacko John Brennan, who headed the CIA. You could perhaps understand my reluctance to embrace. The reason, 2017, that President Obama did nothing about Russia after being notified by the CIA of meddling is that he expected Clinton would win, meaning they didn't care. They were all aligned with the same shit, Castro shit, that Kennedy was. Or if you want to see them as a Russian asset, same thing, it doesn't matter, aligned with communist agendas. 2014, Obama attacks the CIA for waterboarding while routinely droning civilians caught in the Islamist crosshairs. 2014, the CIA deserves our praise for taking the fight to the enemy in the dark corners of the world. The CIA perseveres, the politicians whine. 2014, these Islamists chop Americans' heads off and want to destroy us. We should be applauding the CIA, not persecuting them. 2013, over 35 CIA operatives were on the ground in Benghazi the night of 9/11 attack. Still a phony scandal? I look forward to Mitt Romney hitting Obama hard tonight for lying about Benghazi. CIA told Obama it was a terrorist attack after 24 hours. You see, all of these people from Kennedy, Kennedy was a Democrat after all. From Kennedy to Obama to Clinton, all of them aligned with the agenda to hurt America. And of course, Romney didn't hit back. So we need to praise the true CIA. They've been getting a bad rap, and one they don't deserve. Not if you really read those papers. They had America's interests at heart. So